Hello and welcome to another fresh edition of Poly Playbook. We're serving up all the hot action, cool plays, and everything in between for Cal Poly Athletics. I'm Allison Edmonds. Poly Playbook starts now. Cal Poly football traveled to Portland State and came away with a 55-35 win this past weekend. 3 Cal Poly players, including Corey Garcia, Joe Prothro, and Kyle Lewis, all rushed over 100 yards. It was an all-around great performance as the Mustangs had 658 total offensive yards and never had to punt the ball. This big win keeps Cal Poly tied with Montana for 4th place in the Big Sky and ranks number 18 nationally in the coaches poll. The Mustangs return home and play their first game in Spanos Stadium in over a month on Saturday. Come check out the Mustangs take on the UC Davis Aggies in the battle for the Golden Horseshoe this Saturday at 6 p.m. And now we are going to take a quick look. One of our reporters, Ayrton Osley, earlier this week went out and did a feature on the Cal Poly football team to kind of highlight their game last week at Portland State. We're going to take a look at that right now.
Cal Poly football knows how to run the ball.
The snap, hands it off, Prothro, big hole up the middle, down to the 15, down to the 10, into the end zone, touchdown, Cal Poly.
Since Coach Tim Walsh took over in 2009, the Mustangs had never ranked lower than 6th in the country in rushing yards per game. For 3 years in a row, they've led the country in this statistic. The secret to this success is the option offense. With the option offense, quarterback Dano Graves lines up to hike the ball with multiple options on what to do with it. Graves is an athletic quarterback and can run with it or pass it if he chooses. He could also hand the ball off to any of the running backs lined up behind him. With the defense guessing on what could happen, the offense can take advantage and score at will.
In the end zone, and he's got the touchdown. Garcia got behind the Vikings safety that time.
This season, the Mustangs are 4-2 and fresh off an offensive explosion last weekend against Portland State. Against the Vikings, the Mustangs put up 658 yards of offense and 55 points in a 20-point victory. With the offense firing on all cylinders and the defense playing well enough to maintain leads, the Mustangs go into the homecoming game this weekend against UC Davis ranked 17th in the country. If they're able to keep this production up against conference foes Eastern Washington and Weber State later this season, the Mustangs could have a good chance for a shot at the FCS National Championship. Ayrton Osley, Mustang News.
And once again, the Cal Poly football team will play this Saturday in Spanos Stadium against rivals UC Davis and hopefully keep up some of those great statistics we just took a look at. On the other hand, the Cal Poly men's soccer team lost 2-1 in the Blue-Green rivalry game against UC Santa Barbara in front of a sellout crowd in Alex G. Spanos Stadium. The Mustangs struck first with freshman midfielder Christian Enriquez scoring his first collegiate goal to give Cal Poly an early lead in front of a sellout crowd of 11,075, making it the 13th largest regular season crowd in NCAA history. The Gauchos would respond with 2 unanswered goals to win the game 2-1. A penalty kick in the 63rd minute gave the Gauchos the lead. The result marked the 16th time in the last 19 meetings that the Blue-Green rivalry was decided by a single goal or a draw. The loss was just Cal Poly's 3rd at Spanos Stadium against UC Santa Barbara in 10 meetings at the complex. The Cal Poly men's soccer team lost 1-0 at Sacramento State. Goalkeeper Eric Cam recorded 4 saves, but the Mustangs could not find the equalizer. Defender Cody Wakasa set a new program record for games played in his 80th career appearance. With a loss, the Mustangs fell to 3-9-1 overall and 1-5-1 in Big West play. Cal Poly will look to avenge their loss earlier this season to Blue-Green rival UC Santa Barbara on their turf. The Mustangs take on the Gauchos Saturday, October 22nd in Santa Barbara at 7 p.m. And already on a 5-match winning streak, Cal Poly volleyball is looking for more wins at home this weekend while hosting Cal State Northridge and Long Beach State. After crushing both Cal State Fullerton and UC Riverside 3-0 last weekend, the Mustangs now have 5 consecutive wins and 4 sweeps in a row this season. Cal Poly hasn't had a sweeping streak like this since 2006. 3rd in the Big West, the Mustangs have an overall record of 12-6 and a conference record of 5-2. Cal Poly will host Cal State Northridge in Mott Athletic Center on Friday, October 21st at 7 p.m., followed by Long Beach State at 7 p.m. on Saturday. The Cal Poly women's soccer team earned a point in the Big West Conference standings by recording a draw to Blue-Green rival UC Santa Barbara 1-1 last Friday. The goal during the 82nd minute of the game by sophomore Chelsea Berry was announced as a Top Drawer Soccer National Goal of the Week on Wednesday. UCSB would respond 5 minutes later with a penalty kick by junior forward Amanda Ball to knot the game up at 1. The Mustangs are 6-8-2 overall and 1-3-1 in Big West Conference play. Coming off of their 1-1 draw against UC Santa Barbara, the Cal Poly women's soccer team will continue Big West Conference play on the road this weekend. The Mustangs will take on UC Irvine tonight, Friday, October 21st at 7 p.m., and then travel to UC Riverside on Sunday at 1 p.m. The Mustangs are 3 points back of both UC Santa Barbara and UC Irvine for 4th place, with the Big West Conference tournament coming up. Well, that's all we have for Poly Playbook sports action this week. You can follow us on Snapchat, Twitter, and Instagram, or you can log on to MustangNews.net for continuous Cal Poly sports coverage. I'm Allison Edmonds, and from all of us here at Mustang News, have a great weekend.